Good morning, all. I'm Epstein, and here we are with your morning flash update. And this update is for the morning of Friday. Nice weekend coming ahead for us, right? And this is October 18th, 2024, about 8:20 in the morning. So we're looking at a market that has got three of the four indices up. The Dow is the one that is down a little bit right here, but the other markets gaining some steam. We're looking at gold up $15, silver up 71 cents, copper up 7. So my analysis that I was doing at night, that I thought you were at the point in the copper where probably some good short covering was going to show up, right on the money. That is exactly what's happening. And you are looking at a silver market that, if you looked at my report from 2 weeks ago, and yes, folks, I did put people into the silver, and especially in the ETFs. We are looking at a market that is finally responding that way. In the currency market, I think you're getting a rally today, but I'll bet that the pros want to sell this. All right, I don't think the dollar's going down that much. I think that these markets got a bit oversold. They're going to give you a bounce, and that's what I'm looking for there. On the energy front, what you're looking at is hope and prayer. People are hoping that now that Sinwar has been killed by the Israeli forces, that maybe there's a doorway to peace before his brother, and that's who's anticipated, might step in, who is just as violent as Mr. Sinwar was. And if that is the case, well, you don't go anywhere. But this is an opening. So we have sent Anthony Blinken to the Mideast, and I'm sure that you'll see all the Mideast people jumping in. Maybe something for Gaza can happen out of all this. And Israel feels that it's got its pound of flesh. They finally got the man that set up the October 7th problem. Bonds and notes getting a little bit of a rally with everything today. We are looking at a continuation of a bounce happening in the currency markets here. In Japan, a lot of people worried about what the Bank of Japan is doing. Not done, doing. And I talk about that in today's report when I do my written report. In the grain market, more bounce like this. And why not? This is where harvest is full-fledged. Just think of it. You know, you got your supercharged tractors going. They're in the field. They're doing the harvest. They're trying to get everything in. And the weather is accommodative. This is the great news, all right? We're going to be in the Midwest 70s. And that really allows you to get out there and really finish up what you've got to get done without freezing in the process. So good news for all that. In terms of the news for today, so what we had was the housing permits. Is there a surprise here? Down 0.5% to 1.354 rate. They were looking just for that. So you're a little worse, but not enough to be meaningful. In the permits, they were looking for it down 1.7. They're actually down 2.9. So the forward going on this market, these rates are just stopping people in their tracks. They're going, what the heck do you do with that? Chinese economic data, well, the Chinese miraculously, now they're saying that their GDP grew 4.6 in the July to September period. Retail sales accelerating. That's not what we heard from LVMH on the high end. They were just saying how the Chinese consumer has pulled back. But that's high end, I do admit that. 7-day repo rate, they're going to lower it by 0.2 right away, I'm hearing on that now. Jobless rate has fallen to 5.1%, the lowest since June. That is good news. But new home prices, and this is what it is, fell for the 16-month, dropping at almost the same pace as it did in August. So you're not getting any relief there, and they've got to pull the plug on that at some point and say, hey, this is what we're going to do to turn that around. So it gets to be an interesting week. We're 18 days away from the election. Who do you think's going to win? Which way does the market go? I'm going to start talking about that a lot as to how the market now, we're getting into that time frame. What does it do in front of an election, and what does it do after, regardless of who wins? I'm Ira Epstein. I'll talk to you over the weekend with your weekend edition of these updates. You have a great trading day.